been commissioned by the South Lancs Amateur Radio Club to make a decorative plaque for a free prize draw they were running at the 2019 Blackpool Rally for radio enthusiasts. I was given a free run with what I made, so I thought it would have to be a plate, a radio ham plate. When the blank is not far from round, I usually attack it from the front. Once it's all trued up, I can start the shaping. Now I am aware that a lot of viewers to my channel are familiar with the concept of push cuts and riding the bevel, so as I don't want you to lose the will to live, I'll whiz through the initial shaping. So all I'm interested in doing here is just finishing this edge here and a little bit in on the rim. So later on, when it's off the glue chuck and I'm gripping it in the bowl jaws, I can finish all this off at the back. So I'm not bothered about this yet. I just want to get the right shape, about ½ an inch in, and I'll get all this finished off. I'm going to thin this rim down a little bit, I think. Perhaps just curl it over here a bit. I'm not fussing over the middle of the plate yet, as there's more work to do there, but I do need to bring the rim up to its finished state now, as I'll have to grip it here once it's off the glue chuck. I give the rim a coat of sanding sealer and continue with some Yorkshire grit on the front and the back of the rim. I've taken it off the glue chuck as I need to flatten the back in order to accurately place it flat on the Great Pantoro. The winner of the draw was Robert Lynch from the Rochdale and District Amateur Radio Society, and it's his call sign I'm about to inlay. Robert became interested in radio in the early 1970s, but it wasn't until his retirement in 2012 that he sat all the required exams. He earned the call sign M0NVQ. I have created the lettering by cutting it out of 2mm MDF, which is then glued to another piece of 2mm MDF to hold any floating components, and to create a lip at the top and bottom which allow me to secure it into the bed. These homemade templates are still in the prototype stage. I've coated it with diluted PVA sealer, which has been absorbed by the MDF, making it more resilient to wear and tear. The surface is then rubbed down and waxed to ensure a smooth movement of the stylus. I just need to find the centre of the plate. I got a load of this double-sided tape from the pound shop. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it's really sticky. Time to prepare for the Great Pantoro. As I mentioned before, this is still in beta, so I've yet to develop a clamping system which will suit my needs. Until then, I just need to buy a lot of blue tape. I am cogitating a laser guide to get everything central. Now I know some of you will be thinking, why not just use a CNC? I can't for 3 reasons. 1, I've no room. 2, they're expensive. And 3, they're expensive. I know 2 and 3 are the same, but it's so important I thought I'd mention it twice. In its current setup, the pantograph has a 3:1 reduction ratio, so my 60mm high letters will cut 20mm letters into the wood. This reduction takes any minor discrepancies down to a point where they're lost in the grain of the wood and not noticeable, as long as I don't mess up, of course. If I do make a mistake, I've one chance to cut it back and try again. After that, the plate becomes a coaster. I rub down all the fuzzies and check everything is okay before I remove it from the machine. Milliput is magical stuff and I use it a lot. But if you want to see just what can be done with this stuff, I suggest you check out Jim Overton's channel. He is Mr. Milliput. So yes, a CNC would be nice, but to be honest, I've been a programmer for over 2 decades and I'd rather cut the wood with my own design tools than write code and chase a router round with a vacuum. Don't get me wrong, I've nothing against CNCs. If I was in production, I'd have one in a trice. I just like playing with the tools and not a mouse. Not anymore. Back on the lathe, I can now finish the middle of the plate. I'm limited to around 600 RPM with the bowl jaws, but that's enough to cut back the Milliput and reveal the lettering. Milliput is a lot harder than the wood and I am in danger of leaving the inlay slightly raised when I'm sanding. Don't ask me how I know this. So this 75mm sanding pad will help me to avoid this. A bit more Yorkshire grit, followed by wood wax 22 and the job's a good one. Do you know, I had so much fun making this plate. I made some more for my friends. Thanks for watching.